Share my screen. I hope my screen is visible and my video also clear. A quick recap of yesterday class. Yesterday we have discussed about networking. Yesterday we discussed about the networking, how networking is using in right now software industry, and how a network is connected with the cloud and other networks also. The importance of networking, nothing but day first, and today's day two. I would like to give you a quick recap again on the networking. Networking are nothing but the connectivity between multiple devices. Again, network devices only, which we call them as a missions. And every mission is understands the binary language, as we discussed yesterday. So, in networking is the base point. Without networking, no cloud, and without networking, no software. Without networking, no server also or your computer also cannot be communicated. So networking is the key point that to connect multiple devices. So how it is going to connect it? As I said yesterday, there will be a multiple network devices. It can be a router, switch, your computer, or any hub, modem. So every machine is have one MAC address and IP address. Internet protocol. If anyone missed yesterday's class, you can find that in the YouTube. We'll share. You can ping me on the WhatsApp. I'll share the link. So every device is going to connect like this. So this is a network and this is the network device. When a connectivity connected between multiple network devices, it formed as a network. And the communication happening between these two devices, it is networking. That means the communication happening from A device to the B device, that is networking. It is happen through the IP address only. And we have discussed the importance of the IP address yesterday. We have two classes. One is public IP and another one is private IP. Private IP we use it LAN network, local area network, right? In our own premises net to build the network and to do the networking between the multiple devices. And completely private IP is free. No need to pay any single rupee. But coming to public IP, so we have to pay it. We have to take it from the vendor, ISPs vendors or cloud service providers vendors or any other third party vendors. We have to buy these public IPs. Because of single public IP, we can do network address translation. And this specific concept again we are going to repeat in our regular classes. 2, 3 classes we are going to repeat in the cloud. This concept is very important. That's why first we are going with the basic, that is private and public IP. So we have also seen the classes, class A, class B, class C. So I request you guys, if you're not seen or not attended yesterday's class, I'll provide you the link. Just please watch it. And today we'll continue the from the networking perspective to the application side. We know that networking is a key point to run our application on the cloud, or you can take a data center also. Again, a data center is nothing but a network only, or networking. How the data center will be look like? Data center will be look like. So these are the data centers. It is not a graphic one. These are the real data center. You can see these servers, we call them as a rack service. So every server is placed in a rack, right? So every server is going to connect with the Ethernet cables. This is how the networking works. This is the networking. So here we can see networking devices, switch, router, hub, modem, firewall, and other devices, servers, database servers also. We have different servers again in the server. So these are the going to place in one place. many devices we are going to place in one place, and we make them communicated, and we are going to give one exit point. Now I'll going to draw a sample diagram for it. So this is my data center. So in this data center, I have arranged a set of servers in one rack. And here my application is going to run. We're going to deploy our application here. Going to run my application here in this server. So yesterday I already told that none of the application is not run without a server. Even though you heard about the serverless technology, the serverless technology also works on the server only. That is nothing but containerization as a service or infrastructure as a service behind the scene. That is going to be managed services. But without servers, none of the technology will not work on the software industry, network industry. So we are going to place the servers in the a sequence manner in the racks, and our application is going to run here. So we'll again discuss how the application will run inside the server and how the server will be. Now these servers are physical servers. Always remember, when we call the physical servers, we call them as a bare metal server. Now here my application is running, and I will be having the one router here, Cisco router. You might heard this name. Cisco router, and there will be a switch again. So switch is completely a L2 configuration, and router is a L3 configuration. I'll tell you about that. I'll come in more deeper with that concept. So now to give you first understanding, router and switch. Keep this in mind. Now the router is responsible for IP address connectivity, and the switch is not responsible for the IP address connectivity. It is responsible for the packet fragments distribution. So whatever the data comes to the router, it goes to the switch, and this switch is connects to this rack. The voice you are seeing, right? Everything is going to connect through this one and from the router. And at the end, we will be having one more device called firewall. Firewall. So here in this firewall will connect to the router, and we'll do a configuration like zone configuration. So here in this firewall, we are going to expose this application through this firewall to the internet, outside of the internet. This is the internet, for example, internet. So whenever a user sitting with his mobile and trying to hit any site on the internet, so it comes like this here first to the firewall. To access this application, it comes through the firewall. So here we will write unauthorized access sometimes. We write authorized access. So unauthorized users are going to block here only. Firewall is nothing but it is a protected layer for your data center. Okay? A protected layer for your data center. Here we will write the rules. Who can come inside and access the application? Cannot be come inside and not access the application. Like this. We'll write the rules in the file. So why I am telling this? This is the physical data center. Nowadays, we are not going for the physical data center, because this kind of data centers, AWS, Amazon, Amazon Azure, and Google, Alibaba, IBM, Open, Oracle, all these cloud service providers are already built it. So previously we have to take care our own data center. If this data center fails, we need to maintain one more data center, same like this. So that time we have to call it as DC, data center, and one more data center you are creating, that is DR, disaster recovery. So which is used for your failover activity. For example, if this data center failed or this data center crashed, a fire accident or any environmental hazard, floods, earthquake, something happened, then your application and your entire data will be collapsed and you're not able to take the backup. In order to take the backup and maintain the failover, you'll maintain one more data center by keeping 100 kilometers distance or 1000 kilometers distance. It might be more than that as well. So every bank maintains a data centers like this. Now, in India, all the banks are not at the cloud. Still, they are at the data centers only, their own data centers. Now, from the last year, last 2022, now all banks in India also migrating towards the cloud and they are using the hybrid mode. I'll come to that point. Hybrid connectivities, public connectivity, private connectivity, how the data centers will be connected through the cloud, and we will going to perform those labs as well. How we can connect our data center to the cloud side also. So we're going to perform. So before that, we need to know about these basics. Now DR means disaster recovery. So I'll be replicating same kind of a data center. For example, this is at Hyderabad, and I'm going to keep the same data center at Chennai. So in between, there might be a 2000 kilometers difference. Something happened here in the Hyderabad, you can have the backup at Chennai. So this is a failover. Now this user is going to switch here, not here. Going to switch here to this data center. So this is the DRDC concept. Best example are Hyderabad Metro Rail, Uppal, Miyapur. We already discussed first demo. So this is networking, how it is works. So here we already discussed yesterday that these servers are going to be connected to the Ethernet cables. And here we're going to deploy our application. This is switch, the router, this is the firewall. Now customers are facing a challenge to maintain their own data center. They are migrating to the cloud. And cloud also maintaining same kind of data center, but we are not maintaining physically. We are maintaining virtually. Now this kind of data center, AWS is built it across the world and is given a common point to access through the portal. And we are accessing through the portal. We are creating the same kind of data center virtually. Whatever you're seeing here, you this router, switch, these servers, this kind of a logical boundary and the firewall, everything we are going to create over the cloud. We have to replicate the same configuration over the cloud. So cloud is nothing but again the collection of multiple data centers maintained by the Amazon or maintained by the Azure, maintained by the Google. We are not maintaining physically on their data centers. We are creating one server, for example, one server like this, and a rental based. You can take it as an example. You want to take a flat rent. Is the building yours? No. Is the land yours? No. But if you take the rent, you are paying rent, but you utilizing the things. There are three types. We'll discuss in general. So there is a building and there's a flat. You want to take flat to rent. So here the flat is empty. You're taking rent. It's an empty. Everything, nothing is furnished inside. Completely empty. That means you are taking and this flat and you are designing yourself inside that according to your wish. That is nothing but you are building your infrastructure inside the flat. So this space I have given you, whatever you want, you can do it. And the second thing is there'll be a semi-furnished. Something is semi-furnished and you're utilizing them, and as well as you're creating some of the things on your own. That is platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. Now the first one is infrastructure as a service. Now you are creating IaaS. Now you're creating infrastructure on your own, the given space. And the second thing is semi-furnished. It is few things are already there and you are utilizing them. That is platform as a service. We have provided already platform. Like we have provided card, we have provided fan, provided some other things semi only, not all semi. This platform as a service. Now software as a service. What is mean by software as a service? Software as a service is nothing but your villa. When you are entering into any villa, that everything is there. Just only you ready to move in, and everything will be there. You are going to use it. So here also in software as a service is developer friendly service. Developer wants to build, even for DevOps also, you want to build an application pipeline, some deployments. All the services already built it. We just need to go and do our little configurations. That's it. We no need to worry and build from the scratch. So these are the services available on the Amazon data center. They have developed already on their data centers. They're making our life easy with their services. Because we are using these services in these three modes: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. We are paying to them a pay as you go model. Pay as you go model. We are using for 1 hour, pay for 1 hour. Using for 2 hours, pay for, and there is a little variation depends on the services. We'll discuss in our class. So this is the first basic thing we need to understand. And again, by utilizing this kind of cloud models, infrastructure as a service, or it might be a platform as a service, software as a service, what kind of applications we are going to deploy in the software industry? What types of applications we are deploying right now? Basically, after this course, you might going to be a job or you are attending an interview, and they also tell this project is insurance project, or this project is banking project. This project is an e-commerce project, a retail project, payment project. Like this, you might see in the categories software. So in those categories, what type of application we are going to work as a DevOps engineer, and even a developer also, what type of applications he is going to work, and how many types of applications we're deploying right now in the market. We'll discuss that. So I hope got some basic understanding about the data center, the cloud difference. Yes, so I can move forward.
Yes, sir.
So we have different types of application. The first, in general, what we know about web application. Know about web application. Web applications. Now I have opened this dashboard, Chrome. Whatever you opening on the Chrome web browser, web application. Opening WhatsApp on the web, the web application. Opening Netflix on the web is web application. Whatever you opening on the Chrome, it's a web application. A company is not only develops single application, it develops a desktop application, web application, Android application. Now, what we know? We know web applications are there, desktop applications are there, and as well as iOS and Android. Android. So these applications are there. So category we call them as online platform browsers category we call. Project type is software as a service. Project type is software project mode, or project type is a software as a service. The best examples for this kind of applications in a regular in a daily life, we see applications on e-commerce based commerce. Nothing but your Amazon, Flipkart, or the e-commerce. And we do have content management. Content management example Joomla and WordPress. And social media, Facebook, Twitter, and web portals like government portals and banking websites, the online banking website. So in this category, we are going to use web, desktop, iOS, Android application project type, commerce, content management, social media, report. And there is another one. As I said already, so only web applications. I would like to talk separately about mobile application. Mobile application. Again, so I have covered already mobile application. So mobile applications again, we are going to build in different tech stack. So we have to the web application something different in the deployment mode. Mobile application something different in the deployment mode. There's a slight variation will so for Angular or other Node or React. You're also going to develop in the mobile application. There will be a package differences there when you're deploying web. We'll discuss while we are going to build the code, binary code, compile, validate. We are building through the different build tools. Example, where development happen on .NET, we use different build tools. Development happen on the Java, we use different build tool. Developer developed on the Node or React, we use different. Python different, Ruby, Perl different, Flutter different. Like this, we will going to discuss in deeper when we are going to take the code base and developing the application. And second thing, desktop applications, as I said, so desktop applications, best examples are Microsoft Office, Adobe Photoshop, and your Visual Studio, and your VLC player. So the Mac free also. So these are all desktop applications. And another one is enterprise application. Enterprise application. So in enterprise applications, call them as ERP application. Might heard this ERP. Enterprise application. ERP application. Enterprise resource planning. The best example for this application SAP, SAP, Oracle, ERP. And with these platforms, we are going to use for large organization solutions. So best example I can give you like Salesforce. Might going to work on this Salesforce, the DevOps integrated, HubSpot. Also, human resource management like Workday and Bamboo HR. One in HR field, they better know about this. So Workday and Bamboo HR and supply chain management. This is the one more type in enterprise applications. So in supply chain management, like we have Manhattan, Gates, JDA, different things are there. Supply chain management application also again different. And there will be a cloud native application, cloud application. Cloud native application, cloud application. So this is includes platform as a service, software as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Best example for this applications, Slack or Microsoft Teams, and your Google Drive, Dropbox, virtualization technologies, VMware. These are the cloud-based applications. And one more is embedded system. Right? So embedded systems applications also there, and we call them the project mode and project type IoT, Internet of Things, software development, Internet of Things. Best example: you're entering into any restaurant, automatic sensor. How? And another best example, Alexa. How the Alexa is responding to you, doing the backend stuff, IoT. In your car also, how the remote techniques are happening because of the IoT. They're all at embedded system. Going to work. Might be going to work on embedded system applications also. So this project type will be in the IoT. And here, example applications like we have IoT enabled refrigerators, or there will be a this car automotive automobiles, anti-locking ABS, anti-locking anti-lock braking system, and we do have this one engine control units. They're all going to be work on. If you go to Dubai embedded system applications are more. They're developing more. You find the projects in UK also. You find the projects on the embedded system. India itself, many projects are there already. And know about the JEDF company, they are handling completely embedded system. So you might going to support for this embedded applications for DevOps side. And in medical, if your project might be going to be on the medical hospitalist side, pacemakers, MRI machine, here also you go. And there will be a other softwares that using in your smart TV or your smart watches. Best example, Apple watches. That also this software support. These are the different and final, not final. We have more games. Here also the category it comes into the game development, and we call them as interactive entertainment project mode and type software industry. We have different again. PC games, console games, mobile games, VR, AR games. So here also you're going to support. For this, you need to maintain a big infrastructure. And there are API based applications. API based applications. API based applications like microservices architecture, which we use in the payment gateway. Your Google Pay, your Phone Pay, your Stripe, PayPal, ATM, all these are on the API based application. And your social media integrations as well. Twitter, your Facebook, Graph API, everything is connected through this. And here, machine learning services are there. Your Google Maps, an API again. You're using Uber. There's a Uber, right? So whenever you're booking Ola or a Uber, are they developed their own Google Map thing? They're utilizing the API to the Google Maps. They're importing into their application, but they have applied their code to track and do the real-time analysis on the their applied features. That is rider features and as well as cab features. But the map is something is there, right? They have enhanced with the front end, but the importing from the same Google connected to the API again. Like this kind of projects also you're going to support. And microservices based applications and as well as artificial intelligence AML applications like face recognition application, any application, Google Assistant on Alexa also part of that into that as well as AI and automated application, and there is a big data application. So big data applications are nothing but Apache Hadoop, Apache Spark, Red, MongoDB. We are going to use them and also These many application types are there. Again, when kind of applications are developing and going to deploy, and what will be the tier of application? What will be the tier of application? We have different types of tier of application. I'll tell you. First, whenever you're taking any application, an application, whenever you a Netflix or it can be a WhatsApp or anything, it's an application. How it is working? What is the tier of this application? We have different types. Single tier application, single tier. So what is a single tier? Single tier application, self-contained application is not having any server or client. Just an application, just small data. Do it user data management in single environment. So, example, whenever you are going to any website, it is just a static data. It will not direct you any other applications or any backend side. Just a normal, all landing pages. The marketing will use sending brochures, and whenever you're scanning something at the jewelry, they will open one page for you. Check out over there. And in the Instagram also, when you are doing ad, when you open the ad, sorry, open the ad, there will be a page redirected to you. Single tire. That is nothing. This you can product view. That's it. So nothing. Single tire again. The functionalities itself in the single solution. So that is including some environment data management user interface. That is single. Just example. Uh, Not able to recall the single tier application right now. I have many single tier applications, and there will be a two tier. So always remember, single tier means there will be a server. There will be a server. At this server, I'm code, running a code. So this code will display one interface to you. Code will display one interface to you. That's it. It is not connected to any database, not having any backend, not having any API, nothing. Whatever you kept here, it is going to be displayed. That is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, basic code, single type. Or you can also run through the Java code also, which you can utilize them for CSS and HTML. This is single type. For single desktop applications and personal productivity tools, easy development, easy deploy, static applications also we call, improve somewhat, and you can run it as a one more application. Static application also we mostly can call it, but slight difference is this. Static application is nothing but the static code, whatever there, it will represent here. And single tier also almost. And single code you are running and it's a bit. And there is a two-tier application. What is this two-tier application will do? There will be a front end. So this code is a front end. Code is a front end, and there will be a back end again. Okay, back end again. So two types of code you need to run on the server. So whenever your user comes and he hits something, so it is whatever you're seeing, it is front end. This front end. And whenever you search something or you get the data, it has to go to the back end and it will get the data to the front end. That is back end. That's why you're able to say any courses also full stack development, front end, back end developer, back end developers develop this, front end developers are going to do this one. So for React is the front end UI UX, UI and UX. You might see this UX, front end and back end. UI is the front end, UI back end. React and Node. React is the front end, Node back end. and Java also, Python also have front end and back ends. So here developers are going to do the work. The two-tier application we call it as a two-tier application, and it is a database driven. And here we connect the database. Whatever logged in, user comes logged in. Here I could say database. I'll write the database here, and this code I'll tell it as PHP code. Best example, very best example. PHP code, two-tier application. Two-tier. That means this is one tier, one tier. This is only single tier. Two-tier application. And we do have three-tier application again. So three-tier application is UI is separate, front end is separate. This is going to be shared again. Here we are going to use separate tools for the UI again. So this is three-tier application. The one server, one server. And there will be entire application. So entire application is multi-tier application according to your a dynamic website, a dynamic application, like additionally business logic, cache, server layers. Developers can develop the entire best for the like microservices architecture. We have microservices tier as well. So microservices architectures are nothing but going to use APIs, network specific functions. So these are the different types of tiers. Tier, 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 and three tier. Entire. Entire is application dynamic. So these are the tiers we are going to develop the any application you can take that will be we're going to deploy them these tier of applications. You'll see the connectivity whenever you're logging into any Flipkart or any Amazon, how the login your registration is happening. After registration, how your data is storing at the company's database, and how the data is displaying on your mobile laptop. I'll show everything as how you're seeing it real time application. I'll show the everything after this discussion of this basics. You'll understand that if I directly go and take and show you, you won't get it. I'll take them. I'll take that point after this. You have a very good understanding that. So these are the types of application, and we have a types of deployments. Have the and again, for example, if I want to know any application, is it developed in the Java? Now we don't know, right? Netflix is developed in the Java, or in which, or WhatsApp is developed in Java, or in which? I don't know. What is the tech stack of the application? Know that you can install the Appleizer from extension. Go to this extension and add to add extension. search netflix.com, open Netflix, which technology it is developed on the webalizer, and it will refresh this, analyze and give you what technology used for it. For technologies, Zipkin, Koi, for information. Security and it has to give up the premium. It is going to help the developers most for us as well. Not know about the tech stack. So why I'm telling about the applications, we need to know about the application. So then only we can do troubleshoot. You might going to be work on different domains. Now I would like to tell you about different DevOps before profiles means nothing but jobs area where you're going to, and in deep I can tell you already reaching but have 10 more minutes try to cover, and I'll in deep I'll tell you. So DevOps jobs and profiles, you might going to be work as a software engineer or a DevOps engineer. Just support. You cannot reclaim or you can claim a DevOps engineer. Just you will support area like that. And there will be one more file, build and release. So build and release engineer going to deploy the application the developer given code. Code is going to be deployed. Build and release engineer is going to production and lower environments, stage, QA, all this. There is and there will be another engineer called platform engineer. Platform engineer is going to work on new things, new connectivity, new developments, the DevOps side, the cloud side. So he's going to set up the projects with new ideas. That is platform engineer. And a DevOps one. And again, DevOps support. So DevOps support, already project is developed, everything is stable. There you need to support. Not able to push the changes. The developer is not able to access something, not able to build a pipeline, build got failed, look into the pipeline, get the data from the pipeline. Kind of work you're going to do as a DevOps support, small work. But a regular 2027 might be having the shifts. Some would have a shift, but support is needed. Don't have that much pressure. Everything is all stable over there. Just need to, and there will be a SRE, site reliability engineer, who is going to manage production environment, and he is responsible for management, and is going to get the cloud environment, DevOps environment, application, application, whenever it is having incident or outage happen, is the guy who's going to drive the SI, not a DevOps engineer. And then after observability engineers. So observability engineers again is going to create the new monitoring stack to check the real analytics of the application cloud environment, uh, and that will do the testing on the environment, and they will predict what is good and what is not good. So that's kind of work is going to be done with the observability engine. Observability, observability, at least you have 5 years of experience. But your 2, 3 years of experience is going to work on platform DevOps support, SR. And whenever you see in the Naukaris, ideally you once you get DevOps engineer job. And in all this fine, all these job profiles, cloud is in, cloud is not, cloud is included. Some projects depends on the projects. Sometimes the project is not using the cloud, well and good. But most of the projects will use the cloud. Going to work as a part of cloud engineer as well. There will be a again provide you the permission what can work. That means cloud engineers are separately there in the project, then they'll take care of all the cloud activities. As a DevOps engineer, because your applications, because your method utilizing the, you have to do certain configuration cloud as well to work with the cloud. And in some companies, some projects, cloud and DevOps guy only do. That time you will enjoy subject a lot. Get to know about complete software, how the software industry is running. Everything you get to know easily. So I'll tell you how the software flow will be starting to ending, and in which area these job profiles are going to work. I'll mark it down, having it. You'll understand clear, and then we'll do our first application deployment. We'll see the tier of application cloud, how to create the cloud account, getting cloud, and ahead like that, in a deep manner from the basics. Now I'm open. Have any?
Could you please share yesterday's class link with us?
Sure. Don't mind if you pick WhatsApp.
Actually, I'm not added in the WhatsApp group yet. It's
Have
my
my
first
number,
session.
right? I think.
No, no, it's
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Number you can.
Okay. Actually, I have one question which I have collected from YouTube from interview session. If you don't mind, can I ask?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
It's related, yeah, it's related to AWS. It's a real based scenario question. For example, I have a server that may be Windows or Linux in AWS. Using this server this server is used for deployment. So I have only one user account for that, and let's assume that that is admin account and don't have any other account. So I'm connecting through PEM file only, and I didn't store any copy of my PEM, and I lost my PEM file. So I have lots of data in that server. So is it possible to retrieve that data when I have lost the PEM file?
Retrieve the data or
Retrieve the data.
asking. You have one server that could be
Yeah, yeah,
need PEM file in the so, and you lost your PEM file, not able to
yeah,
server to troubleshoot.
yeah. No, no, I am not aware of the answer. That's why I wanted some explanation and light on this.
Right? Data retrieve and PEM file retrieve.
No, no, I am asking only about the data retrieval.
Example, here my application,
Yeah,
my server. And here my application is to access this server or an application. What we need for working your laptop and for connecting to the server a medium, nothing but SSH or RTP something. You'll be utilizing one PEM file here,
Yeah.
dot PEM. So this PEM is nothing but your private PEM file. Whatever the PEM file present in your laptop, that is the private PEM. And the same PEM file will be duplicated, means original. Original PEM file will be there in the cloud. Here, there will be one more PEM. This is public PEM. Will connect and you can do, or even you can do install whatever happening application. The user is not able to log in. Here, everything troubleshooting application when you logging inside the server only. Now, if you lost this PEM file with you, this PEM file you lost by mistake, and there's only how you will able to log in inside the server troubleshooting. What I answer. Second thing, have the PEM file or you don't lost the PEM file and this application not working. So application is not working. End user is different and engineer is different. We have two types of users to maintain. We call it as end users. End users are nothing but you are an end user to the you are an end user to you are an end user to the Amazon. You are a customer to the Amazon. You are an end user now. Now when you are working on the project, you are an engineer. Here you are another type of user. You are an engineer here. To this cloud, for example, this server in the AWS. You are logging into the AWS cloud. AWS, you are an engineer user. You are logging with your account and you are able to see this server. To log in inside this server, you need a PEM file. Now you don't have a PEM file, and this application creating a problem to the end user. End user accounts are different. Going to be created a database. User data database side will create the end users. Here we your account we will going to create the AWS cloud. Now you not have the PEM file, and you need to do troubleshooting about this application to resolve this incident. So how you going to connect to this server? So there are two methods. Retrieve the PEM file. Not about this data is highly important. We're not going to full method. We will maintain an RDS support where database is connected and this application will be deployed from the GitHub. There will be have the backup of the code again, and we will be having the artifacts, the containerized image to the artifact repository storage, ACR, GCR, or Nexus, JFrog like this, or we going to maintain an AMI for backup thing. About this application. Now, to retrieve this PEM file, what I can do exactly? We have the different methods. Cloud. For example, I have this server. I'm not able to connect because of the PEM file, because I lost the PEM file. You can use AMI method. You can create an AMI of same server and can access the new key pair. Whenever you're creating a new server to the AMI, to the AMI, asks you to create a new key, asks you to create a new key pair that is nothing but PEM file. So the same application is here, it is to replicate here. There is a thing, no change. There will be no 0.0.001% also no change. Everything is going to be replicated with the now you can create key pair and log in here to troubleshoot. But not recommended. Now what I can do? Sometimes it can be recommended if you take the downtime, or if you go with additional, want to do parallelly and then access it. Can be possible. And second thing, there will be a EBS. To this server, we will have some storage that is called elastic block storage. So in this EBS, whatever the key pair, here you have dot pem example. So this pem is not on this here EBS. We'll create the new server, and when you're creating the new server also, this is the new server. You're creating new server, you'll create the new key pair, right? And this new server also will be having one more EBS, one more EBS. So what you will do, here also I have the PEM file. Here also I have what I'll do. So I'm going to stop this server and I'll detach this EBS. And I already create a new server with a new key pair, right? And I am going to stop this server and I'll detach and I'm going to attach to this. Whatever the new key pair is, and I'll going to show you this lab lively. So this is how
Yeah,
you can retrieve the data, retrieve the PEM file, not the data. Data again, put the application. Application data you're going to again keep this, or again you can use FS, or you can use yes, or inside with your RDS, how do you going with the Kubernetes? How you have volumes. That is again related to only EBS on. So application data we are going to yes, and RDS will be connected. Your only code based data will be there, and all the main data is going to be information. Example, your net banking is money value, user account, all transactions, everything will be there in the database, not on the server. Data is completely on the database. Only server is just running your application, but whatever the data you are creating as a user, that is going to be created in the database like MySQL, Postgres, MongoDB, Oracle. So here it is going to create, not on the server.
yeah, understood now.
Might know about EBS, yes, MI.
Yeah, I have just completed few topics in AWS. So when I was going through certain YT videos, I came across this question.
Because
Yeah.
this is create an AMI attachment. Best method is EBS attachment. AMI also can be a good one, but I'll not recommend. There will be some production and have some takes downtime and creating new server and this new integrate with your DNS. Just for our labs, okay, we are going to access, but this new IP or elastic IP, I need to map to it. Map to it. Can I configure or primary and then that site shouldn't be down. High availability, I need to make kind of things. I make sure to be available my application. If the issue happen exactly at 1 o'clock afternoon, users are actively logged in. 1 lakh users, and one user is having the issue for doing troubleshoot. For one single user, you're going to blender mistake, business is going to be down, easily fired. Don't do that. You find the alternatives. There are different types of incidents again. User incident is functional instance, another application is, and the server instance again, third party API have different types of incidents, connectivity errors. Based on that, we need to validate, prioritize, and dig into the troubleshooting. One PEM you lost, you can other methods also. We do have another. I'll tell you all this that you'll understand more deeper.
Yeah, sure.
It, snapshot is an extra level backup for
Which cloud provider are we gonna use here?
AWS.
AWS. Okay.
AWS came 80% running Azure because directly good people comfort when after learning AWS Azure and your project working on code, there are repeated tasks are there. Working on platform is completely new. You have to do R&D, research, and how to do POC, how to show present to your client. Then they provide the approach, how to implement that. Observability also, you will enjoy the subject. Lot of research. And coming to normal DevOps engineering, that is works, how to do it outside pipeline, pipeline deploying into providing an access to make sure the application is running like this. And one more, build and release. Whenever code has been built into the core environments, into the production, how to coordinate with the release team and go live, go no, go live, go. Today, we're saying Netflix version might be some, that version is already developed a month back, and now we are using that version. Version is already developed a month back. That version then release in production. Build and release is completely on the coordination with the developer, tester, the deployments. So your work is quite less. Platform engineering also quite less because you're completely on research and development. You enjoy, but at DevOps support only quite high, I would say. But repeated tasks as well. 8 hours of the work, at least 5 hours, 6 hours in DevOps support. But in another files, 8 hours of work constantly different. Yes, there is a slight difference is there. Both are used to connect to your cloud. So uh, your PEM and your PPK. So PEM is the privacy enhanced mail that is going to use one certificate and a format, and your PPK is going to use another thing. For example, in your PEM, what happens? .pem is there. It is a privacy enhanced that is going to use base 64. Base 64. Whenever you download, it will be completely encrypted one. In which mode it is encrypted one? Base 64 encrypted. And it is going to use EER certificate authentication. EER. And it is also used on the SSL also. And coming to your PPK. PPK only supports for your putty. .pem is supports by any of the terminal. You can take online terminal, you can take PowerShell, you can take Bash, you can take uh, Mac terminal, any terminal. .pem is going to supported by the any terminal. But .ppk, .ppk is supported by only putty. The putty private key. K means the full form abbreviation putty private key .ppk. In previous times, like 3 years back, we want to connect to a server. We are connecting to the bastion, and to connect to a server, we are not having much tools. The only popular tool we have putty, and we have SolarWinds. These tools are there to connect to a server. Putty and SolarWinds. So PPK is the one. So it is going to support from your Putty only. Specially designed for Putty for SSH connectivity for your Windows and as well as for Linux. The main difference between these two, okay, and there will be public, private. Whatever the PEM is there at the server, that is a public, and difference between dot payment, just the extension is and dot payment is for any of the terminal. Open SSH terminal. Open SSH dot pem will support. Guys, I have a one more session.